Hello everyone, and thank you for taking time to view this presentation. Today, my team and I are here to walk you through the strategic planning process, performance, and future recommendations for our simulated company, Vicious Cycle, as part of the Mike Spike simulation in MBA 595 Strategic Management. This presentation will highlight our company's background, strategic approach, internal and external analysis, evaluation of our decisions, forecasting, and key takeaways we believe are essential for continued business success. Let us begin with an overview of Vicious Cycle and how our journey unfolded during the simulation.
Let's get into some introduction and background. At the beginning of the Mike's Bike simulation, our team adopted a long-term strategy focused on product quality, financial responsibility, and sustainable growth. We began with a single bike model and no brand equity, which gave us the opportunity to build our identity from the ground up. Instead of chasing quick wins or market share, we focused on maintaining financial flexibility and making data-informed decisions that aligned with our team's shared vision. From the first round, we prioritized market research to guide our pricing, product specifications, and marketing investments. Our early choices were to try and limit debt, control inventory, and optimize our operations. This gave us room to expand and react effectively to competition as the simulation progressed. We also ensured open communication and collaboration within our team, which helped us pivot strategically when needed while remaining true to our mission and visions. Now let's take a look at our company's best practices and strategy. As Team Vicious Cycle, we began with a strong strategy. Our plan centered on building long-term growth through consistent product quality, customer-focused innovation, and cautious financial planning. We believe that investing in brand awareness and corporate responsibility would strengthen customer loyalty and align our company with values throughout all segments. We followed through on many of these intentions as we committed heavily to marketing and CSR, and we continually reinvested in operations, training, and supplier relationships. We made conscious efforts to keep debt low at first and aimed to grow through responsible reinvestment. However, our execution did fall short in several areas. Forecasting mistakes led us to overproduce significantly, which tied up our cash and left us with massive inventory. Our marketing efforts, while well-funded, did not yield the engagement we had hoped for because we spread our message too thinly across all channels. Even with our internal investments, product quality declined and customer satisfaction fell, especially in the later rounds. In the end, our strategy was strong in theory, but it lacked the adaptability and precision needed in execution. The experience showed us that even with the right vision, operational discipline and real-time responsiveness are key to success.
Here's a SWOT analysis for Vicious Cycle highlighting where we stand and what lies ahead. Starting with our strengths, Vicious Cycle achieved 100% delivery satisfaction across all products, showing operational efficiency. We also invested in sustainable manufacturing, enhancing our brand image. Our advertising spending, especially in the mountain and kids segments, improved product visibility in target markets. However, we also had several weaknesses. Chief among them was severe overproduction. We had 35,000 unsold mountain bikes, leading to high inventory costs. Our forecasting accuracy was poor, and despite marketing investments, some products, like the Road Cursor, had very low awareness, reducing effectiveness and returns on spending. Looking at opportunities, demand is forecasted to grow in electric and road segments, where we already have some market presence. There's room to improve product development and spec ratings, and refining our media strategy to better match customer habits could boost awareness and sales. As for threats, strong competitors like MB Group A and Bike X are outperforming us in several key areas. Our cash is tied up in excessive inventory, and if we fail to innovate or respond to market changes, we risk falling further behind. Our limited financial flexibility may also hinder timely strategic responses. In conclusion, while we have strong foundations in operations and sustainability, addressing internal inefficiencies and focusing on innovation and market alignment will be essential for long-term success. In the Mike's Bike simulation, our team at Vicious Cycle had to make several critical decisions, beginning with whether to compete on price or differentiate through quality and branding. Initially, we leaned more towards a cost leadership strategy, especially in the kid and mountain segments. However, we soon realized low pricing alone wasn't good enough to compete with a stronger brand awareness and product quality from our rivals. As a result, we shifted focus and increased investments in advertising and brand promotion, including initiatives like the local fun ride and youth champion sponsorships. These efforts aimed to boost awareness and customer loyalty when it came to operations. We faced significant overproduction and inventory buildup, particularly in the mountain segment. To manage this, we made the strategic decision to sell 20,000 SCUs of factory capacity, reducing overhead and freeing up cash flow. We also invested in reducing manufacturing costs for a road bike rather than launching new products which would have required greater investment. While we considered expanding our presence in segments like cruiser or electric, we chose to hold off due to financial constraints and excessive inventory. One key lesson was the importance of accurate, demanding forecasting. We overestimated sales and paid for it in holding costs. Ultimately, our shift from aggressive expansion to a more cautious, efficiency driven approach allowed us to stabilize the company. This experience reinforced the importance of strategic focus, financial discipline, and adapting quickly when initial assumptions don't hold up in a competitive market.
The following data showcases what would happen if the company were to continue. The company did go bankrupt, however, if there was another year, these results show that the company would make up for some of its losses. The main difference comes from cash flows, as the company would have a positive change and would take the cash balance from negative 104,921,480 to negative 82,705,689. The company definitely did not perform how we thought that it would based on our original strategy. There were a couple of big issues that we had after the analysis of our financial statements. If we could start over, we would stop producing too much. We started to increase production at a rate that was too quick for what the forecast of our sales was supposed to be. We also had way too much spending that was not necessary. This came in the form of advertising and inspection costs. We had some quality problems within our firm. We should have had our maintenance budget higher in order to prevent breakdowns. We should have had more training for our employees. And we should have had more stable company at the start to reduce spending later. We also let our finances get way out of hand. We should have financed with more equity or debt instead of running into overdraft fees and having to pay the interest rates on those. We needed to get a competitive product first and win the market with that before we decided to raise our prices. We should have focused on products with higher margins instead of diversifying and trying to be a jack of all trades. If we had executed these strategies, we would not have to run into the issues of overproduction, specifically with finished goods inventory and finished goods holding costs, high interest rates and overdrafts, low quality with high costs, and too much effort into marketing. There were also too many breakdowns and too much idle time. This is the results of the balance sheet over the project. It showcases some of the issues that I mentioned in the previous slide. Here's a picture of our cash flow statement, which also showcases some of the issues that were mentioned in the previous slides. Then here is a picture of our income statement, which showcases some of the problems that were mentioned in the previous slides.